Copy of the NHL. Ben Scrivens faces the Redwings for the first time in his career. Scrivens 8-4-1 against the Eastern Conference. And 30-year-old Jimmy Howard came on in relief of the injured Jonas Gustafsson yesterday in Boston, a 5-3 loss. This will be his 41st start of the year. And history being made tonight here at the Joe. Evgeny Romasko, number 39, the first Russian to ever referee a game in the National Hockey League. And he will be helped by the veteran Paul Dvorsky. Romasko has refereed in the American Hockey League, but the first time he gets an opportunity in the bigs.
I like how Paul Dvorsky gave him the puck to drop at center ice.
Very cool. And Pavel Datsyuk, a fellow Russian, will line up against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He and Jordan Eberle were a force in that loss against Carolina. They have Benoit Pouliot back on the top line. Pouliot, feeling ill yesterday, could not play, but he is in the lineup tonight. And we are underway. Datsyuk, along with Thomas Tatar and Luke Glendening. It is Kronwall and Eriksson on the blue line to start for the Red Wings. Oscar Klefbom and Justin Schultz are the blue liners to get things underway for the Oilers. Both teams on the road yesterday afternoon, both teams suffering defeats. Pavel Datsyuk had a couple of helpers in that game against Boston, a 5-3 loss. The Oilers, well documented, the fourth time that they have given up 7 goals in a game. This is Teddy Purcell, up to Yakupov. Here's his shot. Howard makes the first save of the contest. Yakupov sends it back in. He and Derek Roy working alongside Teddy Purcell, who played 22 minutes and 44 seconds in that game yesterday. Yakupov keeps it in. Henrik Zetterberg on a fight off Derek Roy. Can't get it out. Yakupov takes it out of the skates of Derek Roy. Turns to the blue line, throws it down low. This is Teddy Purcell. Purcell back to Yakupov. Snaps a shot that goes off Zetterberg. Kept in by Marincin, and that one goes wide. Purcell at the blue line. Advocator got a stick in the way, and the Oilers will have to clear. They're going to make a line change anyway.
Good first shift for the Derek Roy line.
Roy playing in his 81st game in an Oiler uniform. Gus Nyquist behind the net. He gets cut off. Nyquist with 22 goals on the season. And Anton Lander missed 7 games with a shoulder injury. He is on the ice right now. He is in the middle of that third line with Matt Fraser and Ryan Hamilton. And Jordan Osterley, what a moment for him. Drew, here is a Michigan kid playing here at the Joe. He has done it as a college kid with the Western Michigan University, but here as a pro.
Talking to Rocky Thompson, assistant coach for the Oilers, really likes what Osterley brings.
Gordon throws it towards the net, and Howard will cover it up and make the save. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
For the Edmonton Oilers, it is the Untouchables. Why, Kevin? Because they want to play
the Chicago way.
Nice, Sean Connery. That is exactly what Todd Nelson talked about, the way they played in the Chicago against the Chicago Blackhawks. That's what the Detroit Red Wings scouted. And for the Oilers, or for the Detroit Red Wings, it's all about pressure. Like the Carolina Hurricanes, the more pressure you put on a team, the more successful you're going to be.
Hendricks back on the wing, fires the puck towards the net. Howard covers up, they jam it home. Rob Klinkhammer at the game.
Gordon wins, but he stares right at it, and it's great work. And it's
his game, first goal in an Oiler uniform, and his first goal in 33 games. Rob Klinkhammer, 2 minutes 15 seconds in, gets the Oilers on top by the score of 1-0.
It's interesting today. Mike Babcock was asked about goaltending. He says, I don't talk about our goaltenders when we win. I'm not going to talk about it when we lose, but those are the goals, especially in the last game against yesterday against Boston. Not a strong goaltending performance.
Gustafsson was the starter. He got hurt, and Howard came in relief, gave up a goal on 7 shots for that 5-3 loss. And he has given up a goal here to Rob Klinkhammer. In his 26th game in an Oiler uniform, gets his first goal. The Kaiser across the blue line. Stops, throws it towards the net through traffic. That went off Zetterberg. Zetterberg being watched by Marincin and Derek Roy. And Roy comes away with the puck. Avoids the hit from Advocator. A pass from Teddy Purcell from Neil Yakupov goes too far. The Kaiser sees it go by him. Yakupov on it. Yakupov goes cross ice. This is Ferris with a hard shot. Howard the save, and he'll hang on. Well, our score and win winner on that goal by Rob Klinkhammer, courtesy of and Gordon. The first game, get the assists on the goal. Hendricks, a 4-burner stainless steel grill. Now Hendricks and Gordon get the assists on the goal by Rob Klinkhammer. The first game that the wagon line is back together again.
And Todd Nelson loves putting them together. Last game, he had to use a lot of guys up top when that Jordan Eberle, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins line. Matt Hendricks was there for a while. Matt Frazier was there for a while. Ryan Hamilton was there. You got to try to work guys in. But again, talking about what we talked about in the open, put Benoit Pouliot back, puts everybody in their spots to be successful.
Drew, stop messing around with my papers. Judy Tadler just called. She won the prize.
Oh, she won it.
She won the Boulevard Marine Star watch. Hey, listen, Mark, they're going to get another goal. We'll get your prize.
Sorry, Mark, I just kind of switched things up there a little bit. Just see if Kevin's on his toes.
Judy Tadler's from Leduc, and she is taking home the Boulevard Marine Star watch on the goal by Rob Klinkhammer. Notice the man threw you under the bus there.
It's just unbelievable.
You have absolutely nothing to do with score and win, and yet you take the blame. It's not your fault, Drew, but it is your problem. 15:44 to go here in the first period. Schultz goes cross ice. Fraser with a shot. Howard the save. Reaches for the rebound and does get the whistle.
Well, 4 minutes, almost 4.5 minutes into the first period. Oilers have looked very good. That's a terrific entry into the zone. And you've got entry with numbers. Everybody up. Todd Nelson has been talking about this. Little change, but other than that, there's 4 guys up on this play. Late guy comes in, and then you're driving through the middle. You're pushing the Detroit Red Wings back. When you attack with numbers, good things will happen. Get the shot on net. Well, the Red Wings do a good job there on not allowing that second opportunity like Rob Klinkhammer scored on.
The Oilers have fired 7 shots on Jimmy Howard so far. Ben Scrivens yet to see one. Hendricks out of the corner. Hendricks moves in front. Here is Hendricks. Still has it. Plays it in front. Oh, what an opportunity for Klinkhammer to get his second goal. Brendan Smith had dropped his stick. Schultz with a shot that goes wide. Oh, the wagon line has come out flying here at the Joe. Left ball. Fires that off the referee and then right to Howard. And a penalty coming up as Zidlichky took down Klinkhammer behind the play. And the Oilers will get the first power play of this game.
Power play of the game for the Oilers.
This is the Sports Select Legends comeback kid, and he's proof that sometimes winning just works in your favor.
Get your game on with tools.
Marek Zidlichky in the penalty box. Rob Klinkhammer going in to finish the check. He wants to finish the check, and Zidlichky tries to evade the check, gets his stick up right in the face of Rob Klinkhammer. And the first power play to the Oilers.
The Oilers were 2 for 3 with the man advantage yesterday in Carolina.
Moskov makes his first call in the NHL.
Jordan Eberle and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins were the guys that got the power play goals, and they're up there along with Anton Lander, Teddy Purcell, and Justin Schultz. The Oilers 1 for 3 in the season series as Ben Scrivens had lost his stick. Plenty of time to get it back. The folks here at the Joe don't like that, but the referee hands him a stick.
He just would have skated up front. It's going to be okay. It sounds like he didn't change the game that much.
Nugent-Hopkins to Eberle. Eberle stacked up there against the Kaiser, and then Schultz, or Purcell, bobbled it at the blue line. He'll have to retreat. He has possession. Miller looking for him. Detroit, the 9th best penalty killers at home as Teddy Purcell works it across the line for Nugent-Hopkins. Into the corner goes Anton Lander. Drops it back, but Anderson was there to intercept it. Quincy puts it right out in front, and then it's fired down the ice by Sheehan. The Oilers with 3 power play goals in their last 3 games. Osterley, right up the middle for Benoit Pouliot. Check, Glendening comes up with it. That'll chase Derek Roy back into his own zone. 40 seconds left to go in the first man advantage of this hockey game. Roy drops it for Yakupov, who wheels out of his own zone. Yakupov across the blue line. Nail Yakupov is check carrying on. Is Fraser with a shot. Howard the save. Derek Roy behind the net. Check by Conwell. Pouliot works it back to the point. Osterley will give it to Julian. Roy. Back to Osterley. Osterley goes cross ice. Yakupov. Here's Fraser with a shot. Loose in front for Benoit Pouliot. Covered up by Howard. As the puck squirted free, the whistle had gone.
Good looking power play. 7 seconds left in it. A couple of good shots, a couple of good chances. That's a good one right there. I think the best one comes on this exchange, getting it back to the point, and then you're going to get everybody goes to their spots. Puck movement goes high, low, good exchange, more numbers over, coming across. And I love the fact that everybody is active and trying to find some space. I want to show you this little play right here. Nice little pop out to Quincy. Right in the middle, gets the puck up. The Red Wings love that numbers game. They'll get numbers over, and then they'll just pop it out to the middle, and down the ice it goes.
The Kaiser hammers it down the boards, and that will do it for the man advantage. The Oilers with a couple of shots on that power play. They are outshooting the Red Wings right now, 9-zip. As Hamilton got his stick up on Danny DeKeyser. And the Red Wings, the #1 power play in the league, will go to work when we come back.
Welcome back. Time to play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Jeanette Lynch of Sherwood Park could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
Ryan Hamilton in the penalty box. High sticking. Dumps the puck in. DeKeyser plays him up straight up, and he gets a cross-check in the face or in the neck for his troubles. Big power play for the Detroit Red Wings. They want to get on track in this first period.
Nobody has scored more power play goals in the league this year than the Detroit Red Wings. They've got 58. The #1 ranked power play in the league was 1 for 5 in Boston yesterday. Midlinski is up top. He's got 2 goals, one of them on the power play with his new team since coming over from New Jersey. Datsyuk sends it around the board. Sheehan lets it go for Thomas Tatar. Back up top it goes for Zidlitsky. Zidlitsky gives it to Datsyuk. Datsyuk to the middle. The puck goes wide and hammered around the boards by Mauricio. Comes back to him. Nyquist gave it away, and it's sent down the ice by Boyd Gordon.
One of the reasons their power play is so good is because of the pace of the power play. That puck moves all the time.
They've gotten 5 power play goals in their last 5 games.
That's one a game, Kevin.
Captain Obvious. Working with me tonight in the booth. Here's Nugent Hopkins, and he will backhand that one, a bouncer. That goes wide. Jimmy Howard is going to leave it there for Cornwall. Teddy Purcell is up front with Matt Hendricks. Ferentz and Klefbom on the point, or on the blue line, as Klefbom sends it around the boards, and it gets by Eric Cole. And chases Cornwall back into his own zone.
Eric Cole's reaction was, this is a little different arena because he goes and tries to seal the boards. It looked like he took a wild kick on him. He was really surprised it got by him.
His 4th game with the Detroit Red Wings. Has the puck now, sends it behind the net for Zetterberg. Cut off there by Fane. Now it's in front for Abdelkader. He'll push it back to Cornwall. Cornwall gives it to Cole. Cole works it down low for Zetterberg. Zetterberg shot. Rebound in front, and it's covered up by Scrivens. Zetterberg shot. Rebound in front, and it's covered up by Scrivens.
You notice the puck just keeps changing direction all the time. The Red Wings really move it efficiently, move it quickly. Entrance into the zone, the other thing they do, especially when Henrik Zetterberg enters the zone, he'll enter through the middle, he'll draw people to him, and he likes to kick it to the outside all the time. And then it's just constant puck movement and player movement. Zetterberg loves to set up on the goal line, and then he'll just throw it out front. Now, he used to have Franson, he used to have Holmstrom. Now you've got Abdelkader standing there.
And you've got Nyquist, who has 12 power play goals on the season. He takes the draw back to Zidlitsky. Here is Smith snapping his shot, and that one goes high and wide. Nyquist checked by Teddy Purcell, and Purcell sends it down the ice. 10 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Ryan Hamilton. Smith. Zidlitsky, pass intercepted by Nugent Hopkins, leads this Oiler team in takeaways, and you saw an example of it there. The penalty is over. Hamilton back on the ice. The shot clock still registers 0 for Detroit. Datsyuk trying to get by Nugent Hopkins, couldn't do it. Out in front for Tatar, off his skate. Thomas Tatar snaps a shot, then Scrivens makes the save, and he'll squeeze it.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins uses a good stick against Pavel Datsyuk, who uses, well, what we can only describe nowadays as a Datsyukian move. Comes in, check this out. Will hop over the stick of Oscar Klefbom, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins realizes who he's on the ice against, so he's got to come back and help. The centerman, first guy back in the zone, helps out. You got to know who's on the ice if you're going to be successful against that guy.
See similarities between Nugent-Hopkins and Datsuk?
They both have a 3 at the end of their jersey.
Okay, just wondering.
No, I don't know. I mean, Pavel Datsuk is Pavel Datsuk. You know what I see, though? To be true, to be serious, is that both guys are skilled players who put the work in before they try to get the offensive chances. Their work ethic is extremely, extremely high.
Schultz to Klefbom. Klefbom fakes the shot. He'll give it to Nugent-Hopkins. Lets it go for Eberle. Eberle from the corner. Kyle Quincy watching him as he gets it back to Klefbom at the point. Those two play catch. Here's a wrist shot. And Howard got to stick it away.
Nugent-Hopkins trying to get to the front of the net like he talked to us, trying to make it a habit in his game.
He is on the verge of a career year. He had 19 goals last year, 3 goals yesterday, gives him 19 so far this season. Eric Cole picks it up on the far side. He is checked by Yakupov. Danny DeKaiser carries on. His pass for Cole didn't work. Icing waved off by the hustle of Abdelkader. Cole. He tried to work it back to the point, but Derek Roy cut it off and got it out to center. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the first period. The story right now, the goal by Rob Klinkhammer, but the shot clock. Detroit has just one shot. Here comes the second, and it's a save by Scrivens off the stick of Justin Abdelkader.
Slashing support by Abdelkader.
Zetterberg behind the net, being watched by Derek Roy. Henrik Zetterberg floats a pass up top. There's a shot off the stick of Eriksson. Osterley goes down. Pressure now by the Red Wings. But a good stick there from Derek Roy as he took it away from Zetterberg. Yakupov down the right side. Nail Yakupov cutting for the net. Yakupov stopped by Howard. Oilers making a change, so the puck comes all the way out to center. Fane races over to get away from Sheahan.
It's a good read by Fane because he saw the change. Knew Marincin couldn't touch the puck.
Smith looking for the pass in front that never got to him. Timo Peltonen, who leads the American Hockey League in goals and points, number 56, on the ice right now. Binder, the Fraser out of the boards. Smith, college roommate of Justin Schultz at Wisconsin. Nyquist with the puck now, checked by Lander. Lander takes him into the boards, separates him from the puck. Sheahan, checked by Klefbom. Lander digging forward as well. Lander goes down, Nyquist has the puck. He was checked by Schultz. Nyquist down. Has the puck in the corner. Anton Lander works that puck out to center. 12 shots for the Oilers, 2 for the Red Wings. Zidlicky gets to center, takes a hit from Rob Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer came into this game with 195 hits. Klefbom to Osterley. To the near side for Boyd Gordon. He'll fire it in the opposite corner. Hendricks going after it. Quincy got there first. Back to the point. Ferentz on net. Howard the save. No rebound for Matt Hendricks. Justin Abdelkader. 3 career goals against the Oilers. It stays that way thanks to Scrivens.
Since this February, the middle of February 10th, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Eberle have been the drivers of this Oilers bus. You look at their numbers, 12 points. Kevin, again, I deduct that's points per game when you average it out. Their ice time is up. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins said he likes the fact his ice time has dropped a little bit lately because especially late in the season, it allows him to be fresher. But what you're seeing is when Taylor Hall was out, Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle stepped up their game.
Those two combined for 7 points in that game against Carolina. We talked about Taylor Hall. He has missed 15 games with that fractured ankle. Datsuk gains the zone. Datsuk trying to spin around Marincin. Eberle gets a nice pass from Nugent-Hopkins. Moving in against Kronwall. To lead him long enough, but Nugent-Hopkins keeps the puck alive in the Detroit end. Donovan Eriksson decides to flip that one high down the ice. And it's picked up there by Schultz. It went off the stick of Thomas Tatar. Picked up, though, by Nugent-Hopkins down the right side. He'll flip it in. That line at the end of their shift De Kaiser wheels from behind his own net. A home run pass for Abdelkader. Justin Abdelkader loses it at the last second. De Kaiser spotted him. Abdelkader's had a couple of chances in this first period. That one just went off the end of his stick. Cole with it now. Abdelkader again, a shot stopped by Scrivens. All the scoring chances in this period just generated by number 8. Osterlund fires it right back in.
For 10 goals of the season.
Abdelkader with 16 goals on the season. And he has been stopped by Ben Scrivens, who we mentioned off the top. He's played the Detroit Red Wings for the first time in his career. Nyquist checked at center by Lander. Ferentz trying to shoot it in, hit Nyquist with it. Sheehan checked by Lander. He'll play it back to Fraser, who will give it to Jordan Osterlund. Osterlund pass up for Hamilton. Smith steps up on him right at center.
He's got no room.
Smith, Zidlichki. To the middle it goes for Riley Sheehan. Sheehan trying to work around Osterlund. Comes away from it, takes the shot. Scrivens makes the save, and it's cleared by Hamilton, but only as far as the blue line. Smith with a wrist shot that goes wide. Zidlichki trying to pinch in to keep that puck in, couldn't do it. And the Oilers able to get it down the ice. They want to make a change. Hamilton carries on against Smith. Nyquist came back to help him out. And takes a hard hit from Matt Hendricks. And Matt Hendricks, 183 hits coming into this game. 4:50 left to go in the first period.
That yelling you're hearing right there, time. That is Ben Scrivens, by the way.
Klinkhammer circles the net. Klinkhammer around. Howard got a pad down. Hendricks with another hit. Those guys like playing together.
I was just going to say that. They got a little juice going right now.
Hendricks had been at center in the third line in the absence of Anton Lander, but he's back on the wing now with Klinkhammer and the old Cowboy. Cardwell back into his own zone. They will give it to Thomas Jurko. Jurko did not dress in that game against Boston. Stephen Weiss did, but Stephen Weiss gave away the puck a couple of times that meant 2 shorthanded goals, so he sits. Look at the magician Datsuk, but offside is Luke Glendening. 1-0 to score here at the Joe. Rogers.
Scoreless.
From Western Michigan, Danny De Kaiser has been the coveted young stud defenseman that everybody wants. What a pass coming around the net using his legs and then firing a pass to Justin Abdelkader, who just misses. Then Rob Klinkhammer, who, as you talked about, Kevin, having a pretty good period, gets in with a nice chance, comes around the net, wrap around, Jimmy Howard gets across, but that line of Hendricks, Gordon, and Robbie Klinkhammer have been absolutely terrific. They are coming out, and they, like you said, love playing with each other, and they're showing it. They just get out there and they work.
Danny De Kaiser celebrated a birthday on Saturday, a ripe old age of 25. Remember that, Drew?
No. No. It's half a lifetime ago.
3:42 to go here in the first period. The shot's 14-4 in favor of the Oilers. De Kaiser keeps the puck in for Glendening. Pass for Tatar just out of his reach. He gathers it up. Thomas Tatar. Bouncing puck at the point. Quincy will backhand it in. Gathered by Nugent Hopkins to Benoit Pouliot. Off the boards and out. Oilers will change, as will the Detroit Red Wings, who are just going to play a 2-game homestand. The Wings will welcome Columbus here on Thursday. The Oilers will be in Pittsburgh on Thursday. Cole runs into Marincin. There's Abdelkader centering it out in front. The pass by Zetterberg, stopped by Scrivens. And covering up a loose puck is Ben Scrivens.
Protecting what matters most to you and your team. You are covered with the power of Insight, the official construction insurance broker of the Edmonton Oilers.
Justin Abdelkader, Eric Cole, and Henrik Zetterberg have been very good in this first period. They haven't generated a lot of chances with Detroit Red Wings, but when they do, it's usually that line.
They're still out there. Abdelkader behind the net. Marincin watching him. Zetterberg centers it. Picked up there by Marty Marincin. Marincin. Purcell. Pass may have surprised Mark Fane a little bit. Yakupov for Derek Roy. Zetterberg cut him off. Finds Eric Cole. Cole, long pass for Abdelkader. Abdelkader with Zetterberg headed to the front of the net. Tied up there by Ferentz. This is Zetterberg snapping his shot, and he rang that one off the iron. Zetterberg coming oh so close. He has the puck again. Zetterberg gets away from Derek Roy. Spin move against Ferentz. From the corner, hangs onto it, plays it to the corner. Abdelkader and Roy come together, a pair of eights. Osterling couldn't get it away, but Derek Roy an opportunity, softly plays it across. And the captain, Andrew Ferentz, was wondering where his stick was. Yeah. Cole had it. Osterling off the boards for Martin. Hamilton will backhand it in. Brendan Smith covers him. Riley Shea. Zidlitsky. Flip pass. Doesn't get out. Anton Lander with it now. Anton Lander. Drop pass. And Matt Fraser going for it. He tripped up Gus Nyquist. And Matt Fraser is going to head to the box with a minute and a half left to go in the period.
First off, Detroit Red Wings come very, very close to tying this game. Henrik Zetterberg working down low in the corner, just snaps it coming off. And Henrik Zetterberg's got a terrific release, gets it off the stick in a hurry, hits the iron, still 1-0. And then Matt Fraser coming in, he gets beat to the puck, little inside position, and takes down Datsuk, and the power play goes back to the Detroit Red Wings. This is something you do not want to flirt with all night.
They did not get a shot on that last power play. That comes late in the first period. Boyd Gordon will take the draw against Pavel Datsuk. Hendricks and Gordon up front as the draw won by Datsuk. Goes over his stick. Fane and Marincin are the blue liners. Marincin can't get it by Zidlitsky. They'll give it to Datsuk down low. Datsuk gets it back again. Sheehan feeds it out in front. All kinds of chaos. But Ben Scrivens somehow manages to find the puck and cover.
Martin Marincin goes down and goes prone on the ice. I'm not a huge fan of this, and a lot of coaches would tell you the same thing. Stay on your feet and try to take away the passing lane. Marincin goes down, though, with a big body, and he gets lateral and takes away a pass, or at least makes the pass difficult to make. Down, the big guy stretches down, and it just goes off of his both legs, and then underneath his keister. The Oilers are able to get a freeze, but I would rather, as a coach, you see the guy kind of get his stick down, get his knee down, try to stay on your feet as much as possible in that situation.
Once again, Gordon and Datsuk. Gordon in the top 15 when it comes to faceoffs, but Datsuk won that draw, but it was picked off by Hendricks. Hendricks fires it in, goes after it, and that backhand was dangerous. Remember, Detroit gave up 2 shorthanded goals against Boston on Sunday.
That was an intentional play and a smart play by Hendricks, because everybody who played in this rink knows that the boards at the end of the rink are very lively.
Marincin ties it up against Abdelkader, who lost his stick. A bouncing puck at the blue line is kept in by Zidlitsky. We're under a minute to go in the period. Tatar behind the net. Fane clears it away from the front. Tatar gets it again, back to Zidlitsky. Zidlitsky fires a shot. Scrivens makes the save, the rebound comes right back to Mered Zidlitsky. Tatar lost it to Fane, who sends it the length of the ice. 8 shots now for Detroit. A power play that has 47 seconds left in it. Cole. There by Hendricks, and Hendricks sends it down the ice.
It's a MMA leg takedown right there.
5 seconds left to go in the period. Zetterberg, one last rush. Long shot by Pulkkinen, sent wide. 27 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Matt Fraser, but what a solid road period for the Edmonton Oilers, David, as they outshoot the Wings 14-7 and outscore them 1-0.
Thank you so much, Kevin, and welcome back into our Sportsnet studios. It was an entertaining 20 minutes. Kelly Chase, John Shannon, David Amber. And hats off to Todd Nelson, John, because we talked about this. What would the bounce back be like after what was such a difficult final period and a half against Carolina? That was a great bounce back. At one point, they were out shooting Detroit.
A lot of things that have to go right. Thought about it. Interference back.
The lead is right on the end.
Look at good.
Come to find your place on our construction team.
Rob Klinkhammer with the only goal of the period, his first as an Edmonton Oiler from his line mates of the wagon line, Matt Hendricks and Boyd Gordon. 14-7 the shots. Red Wings put a push on at the end. Oilers still have 28 seconds to kill on a penalty.
Matt Fraser is sitting in the penalty box. This is the second opportunity with a man advantage for the Detroit Red Wings, who are the #1 power play team in the league. The Oilers. Gordon starts with a face-off win. He and Marincin along with Hendricks and Fane. And Teddy Purcell's at it again. He played almost 8 minutes in that first period. We're joking with him today about being the Drew Doughty of the Edmonton Oilers. Opportunity, scores. Teddy, Murray, Hendricks and Fane. He and Marincin along with Hendricks and Fane. And Teddy Purcell's at it again. He played almost 8 minutes in that first period. We're joking with him today about being the Drew Doughty of the Edmonton Oilers. Opportunity, scores. And Teddy Purcell's at it again. He played almost 8 minutes that first period. We're joking with him today about being the Drew Doughty of the Edmonton Oilers. Opportunity, scores. Get off the Walker here. Third assist as a member of the Detroit Red Wings. In his fourth game. Glendening shot, and that is steered aside.
He's in perfect position in the high slot. Up as much as
The Red Wings with third Oiler territory. Schultz has got Ablocator on it. Schultz under pressure, backhands it down the ice. No icing on the play. 14-9 the shots on goal now. It was 14-7 after 20. Zetterberg dances his way in, gets surrounded by Schultz and Ferentz. Back the other way comes Yakupov. Teddy Purcell across the line. Pass for Yakupov, broken up, and back the other way come the Red Wings, and it's just an Ablocator. Ablocator, drop pass for Zetterberg. Zetterberg delayed the backhand. Now he'll try and feed it out in front. Derek Roy prevented that from happening. Riley Shan still has it. Shan back to the point. Smith with a wrist shot. That one trickles just wide. That was close. Derek Roy at the end of the shift will just chip it down. Timo Polkinen pushes it back to Zidlichky. Pass from Nyquist to Polkinen didn't work, and here comes Matt Fraser. Fraser, centering pass for Hamilton. Shan bumped into by Anton Lander. Quickly, Nyquist working against Fane. Gus Nyquist stops up. He's got Polkinen in front of the net. Fane does a good job of breaking that up. And we have seen Mark Fane make a couple of veteran plays that you expect from a very steady defenseman, and there's another one.
creates good angles for himself. He's respected very well.
Anderson trying to get loose, but it is Klinkhammer who fires it right back in. That's coming back.
Great chance for the Detroit Red Wings. They've come out with a little bit more energy here. This goes off two guys. One deflection there, and then another deflection. Oh, just off of Andrew Ferentz. Just misses, so it goes off of Justin Schultz, then it goes off of Andrew Ferentz, and Ben Scrivens looks up and goes, come on, man. It's hard enough playing goal against the Detroit Red Wings, and that is about as close as it's going to get.
Kronwall's 8th goal of the season puts him 8th among Swedes all-time in points. Zidlichky, right up the middle, looking for Glendening. Got by him, and we have seen a couple of those. It was just an applicator in the first period, and here, Luke Glendening in the second. A home run pass, Tatar to Datsyuk. Zidlichky lays it back to Datsyuk, who's waiting at the blue line. He'll go down low for Glendening. Up there by Osterley. Gordon comes away with the puck. Gordon gets double teamed, but the Oilers are able to get it out. And it is Klinkhammer who sends it right out to center. And then carries on as the Oilers want to make a change. Zidlicky plays it back to his D partner, Brendan Smith. Smith to Cole. Eric Cole pushes it ahead for Abdelkader. He is stopped to gather it back up again, try and reset, but Benoit Pouliot jumps on it. Pouliot from the corner. Stops up, he's got Nugent Hopkins and Eberle with him. Back up top it comes to Klefbom. Klefbom throws it towards the net. That was blocked by Cole, but it went right to Schultz. Eberle gets cut off from getting that pass. Klefbom gets there first, throws the puck towards the net. Misses, goes behind the net. Abdelkader head up, takes a look, and gets it to Cole. Cole, quick pass for Zetterberg, but that is offside.
We heard Kelly Chase, John Shen, David Amber talk about the brilliance of Pavel Datsyuk. I want to show you something else, though. If you're going to go against Pavel Datsyuk, you can't do it by yourself. You can't just go one-on-one. Look who comes back and helps here. Number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Again on this play, number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Backtracking, number 93 on Pavel Datsyuk, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So Todd Nelson and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins using their smarts and their abilities to get back and take Datsyuk away, give a little bit of help to the defense.
Okay, is that one similarity you see?
That's the second one. I talked about work ethic.
Outlet pass for Polkinen. Timu Polkinen sees it go by him. Scrivens will play it. They don't get it to Teddy Purcell. Purcell checked by Nyquist. Derek Roy back to Klefbom. He can't get it out. Opportunity for Nyquist. And there is a hard shot that again just misses the target from a guy that shoots a lot. Polkinen. Back to the point it comes. Kronwall fakes the shot. He'll give it to Polkinen. Polkinen turns. Kronwall's ready, but it is Polkinen who shoots. And Scrivens made the save. Kronwall was ready for the puck, but Polkinen, he doesn't lead the American Hockey League in points and goals by not shooting. We saw him last year, and that was the scouting report on him.
Shoot the biscuit. I'd say that's good. Kelly Chase played with a guy who shot the puck all the time, a guy named Brett Hall. I think he was pretty successful in it.
Polkinen playing in his 14th game in a Red Wing uniform. This is the third time that he has been recalled for Grand Rapids. Luke Lendernick. Datsyuk. Tatar can't get it through. To Kaiser. Tatar behind the net. Osterley there to break that up. Andrew Ferentz with it now. Kaiser back into his own zone. 14-15 left to go in the second period. Anderson flips it in. And that puck goes out of play.
Introducing the new B.
And that puck goes out of play. Left to go in the second period. Anderson flips it in. 14-15 left to go in the second period. Anderson flips it in. 14-15. Andrew Ferentz with it now. Kaiser back into his own zone. 14-15 left to go in the second period. Anderson flips it in. And that puck goes out of play.
You know your business. We know how to protect it. Inside Insurance, specializing in the oil and gas and construction industries. InsideInsurance.ca.
Martin Rinson back on the ice. When you look at Martin Rinson, the way he has been playing lately, they're giving him much more ice time, and you're seeing that confidence start to grow. One thing that you look at with Todd Nelson, he's been able to get his players to believe that he believes in them, and you're seeing it change their play, the way they play on the ice, and the way they interact with everybody.
Anderson going wide on Marincin. Stops up, back to Smith. Hammers his shot, and he put that one wide. Zidlicky waiting for it on the near side. Bobbled it. Klinkhammer back the other way. Brendan Smith closing on him as Klinkhammer stops inside the blue line. And then gets checked by Joachim Anderson.
The stick for Brendan Smith got right up on Rod Klinkhammer. Exactly.
Zach Hendricks. They'll give it to Justin Schultz. Get the puck back again. And give it right back to number 19. Schultz to the middle for Nugent Hopkins. Hops over his stick. Hendricks giving pursuit against Eriksson. Gave him a job. Paul Bunyan would have been proud of that one. This is Cronwall across the line. Drop pass for Cole. Throws it towards net. Glove save by Scrivens. Looking for the rebound was Cronwall. Rob Klinkhammer has the only goal for the Edmonton Oilers, but look what happens right here. He takes Brendan Smith's stick as a souvenir.
Donate $400 to Kidsport. To date, the Oilers have scored 146 goals for a total of $58,400. We spent much of the evening talking about Russian referee Evgeny Romasko. Well, let's talk about Canadian referee Paul Dvorsky, who is retiring after this year from goals for kids to pucks for kids. So something for this little guy and the big guy wearing the stripes to remember here at Joe Louis Arena.
Paul Dvorsky's last year in the National Hockey League. Kind of cool that they teamed up these two guys.
Thinking the same thing.
Jordan Eberle sends it around the boards, kind of bobbled it at the blue line, so that was going to be an offside. Nugent Hopkins, Eberle, and Pouliot, along with Klefbom and Schultz. 12 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the second period. It's a 1-1 game.
It's a scoreless game.
These teams came together January 6th in Edmonton. The Red Wings won that by the score of 4-2. Marincin trying to keep it in against Cole. Can't do it. Eric Cole trying to send in Zetterberg, but it is Scrivens who clears the puck away.
And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the backtrack.
Cole sets up behind his own net, drops it back for Quincy as the Red Wings make a change. Kyle Quincy hangs onto it. Ali Shea to the point. Quincy waiting for it there. He'll go cross ice. Danny DeKaiser throws it towards the cage. It hit Derek Roy. And a shot by Polkinen went high off the glass. Nyquist turns, lets the shot go. Sheehan right behind the net. Sheehan's got Polkinen in front. Riley Sheehan. DeKaiser drifted to the middle of the blue line, waiting for a pass. Never came. Polkinen. Now he'll get it to DeKaiser. Nyquist waiting, cross ice. And a big swing and a miss from Polkinen. He does not get cheated on those swings. Teddy Burchell back the other way for the Oilers. Burchell across the blue line. Here comes Yakupov. Yakupov trying to jam it by Howard. Derek Roy with an opportunity. Tatar bumped into there by Yakupov, and they do a little pushing and shoving. Nyquist can't get by Fraser. Opportunity now. Tatar's shot. Great save by Scrivens.
Tough save. Tatar's going to the left and shoots it back to the right.
Leads this team in goals. He's got 25 on the season. Opportunity now for Lander. Anton Lander's shot. And a close save by Jimmy Howard. Opportunity.
Shoots it back to the right.
Leads this team in goals. He's got 25 on the season. Opportunity now for Lander. Anton Lander's shot. And a close save by Jimmy Howard.
Patrick Maroon is 8th goal this season. And that was a hat-trick last time. And we have a 1-0 game for the Edmonton Oilers. And Patrick Maroon is his 8th.
Put it back together. Thomas Tatar. Nice little snapshot. Ben Scrivens with a terrific left pad save. That's a hard one for a goalie because he's moving the one way and it comes back the other. That's when you really rely on your flexibility.
Tatar having a career year. Goals, assists, and points.
That save. That's a hard one for a goalie because he's moving the one way and it comes back the other. That's when you really rely on your flexibility.
Tatar having a career year. Goals, assists, and points. He's got 48 points on the year. Oscar Klefbom stops. Brendan Smith feeds it right up the middle for Tatar. In with Datsyuk. Datsyuk checked there by Hamilton. Lander with an outlet pass to Fraser. A bouncing puck. Zidlitsky lost it to Hamilton. Ryan Hamilton plays it to Lander. Back to the point, but the Oilers were changing their D as Ferris steps over and gives it to Schultz. Schultz hammers that puck around with oars. Klinkhammer going after it. Boyd Gordon gets to it. The puck goes straight up in the air. Hendricks with another hit as Datsyuk backhands that puck out to center. Jordan Ocean up the middle for Hendricks. He'll backhand it in. Brendan Smith cut it off, but Hendricks brings it in, but he brings it in offside.
You call him the wagon line. Boyd Gordon centers. Matt Hendricks and Rob Klinkhammer. Here's the first period. This is what they did in their ice time. And what I get out of that is they make the most of every second they're on the ice. They max out every single shift. They have a unique understanding of what they do what they have to do in order to be effective, and they pretty much execute it all the time.
And when Matt Hendricks gets too riled up, there is Boyd Gordon to try and settle him down.
That's a funny, when you listen to those guys talk, it's a funny story.
Drew Miller backhands it in. Andrew Ferentz brings it around the boards. Osterley lost it. Yurko, shot is blocked and back the other way. Comes Klinkhammer. Flips it in off those lively boards. Eriksson to the far corner, and it's picked up now by Anderson. Anderson moving in with Miller. Mauricio checked by Drew Miller. Hendricks trying to help out. Anderson back to the point. Big shot coming and a big block there by Boyd Gordon off the stick of Kyle Quincy. Eberle gathers it up at center. Jordan Eberle flips it in. He'll give chase. The Oilers making a change. Runs into the Kaiser. Benoit Pouliot, nice steal back to the point. Clefbaum there. Clefbaum goes cross ice to Schultz. Schultz, his shot gets deflected and off the glass. The Kaiser and Eberle, a little battle at the side of the net. Here's Applicator, kicks it to Danny De Kaiser. De Kaiser. Zetterberg, outlet to Eric Cole. Cole is checked by Clefbaum. A nice pass to Applicator, cutting to the middle. He gets tripped up there by Benoit Pouliot. Zetterberg at center. He'll play it back to Eriksson. Eriksson to Conwall. Conwall wraps it around the boards. Zetterberg gathers it up near side, centering pass off the skate of Eric Cole. Cole gets it to Zetterberg. Zetterberg hangs on. A pass for Riley Sheahan went by him, but Conwall carries on. Conwall out in front for Cole. A backhand pass went by Sheahan. Eriksson, slap pass for Conwall, intercepted, comes to Cole. Sheahan's got it now as the Red Wings put on all kinds of pressure. This Zetterberg line is buzzing. Schultz takes a hit from Zetterberg. Eberle lays it to Clefbaum. Clefbaum will try the near side off the boards. It comes to Pouliot, and he gets the puck down the ice, and that will allow the top line for the Oilers to change. Pokinen moving in against Mauricio. Sends it around the boards. Brendan Smith lofts it to Teddy Purcell. Purcell for Derek Roy to Yakupov. Nail Yakupov, left side, stops inside the blue line, goes cross ice for Purcell. That was broken up by Gus Nyquist. Nyquist. We have Pokinen looking.
What you talked about earlier, it seemed like the Detroit Red Wings trying to stretch out the Oilers a little bit.
Datsuk back into his own zone. Datsuk, flip pass. Kavitsky to the middle it goes, and it's picked up there by Thomas Tatar. Tatar turns, throws it towards the net. That one missed the target. Datsuk waiting for it on the near side. Pavel Datsuk, checked by Derek Roy, gets away from him. Datsuk centering pass. Orichin got a stick in the way. De Kaiser at the far side. He'll give it to Datsuk. Datsuk. Ferentz from the corner. Glendening gives him a bump. Datsuk has it again. A pass down low for Tatar. Intercepted by Orichin. And Orichin gets the puck out to center. Martin Orichin turning in a steady game so far, paired with captain Andrew Ferentz. Fraser and Hamilton now gain the zone. Quincy cuts them off. Hamilton gets there first. Keeps it in for Lander. Shot attempt. Fraser goes in behind the net. Osterley pinches. Gets the puck to Fraser. Matt Fraser's got Lander up on top. He gives it to Schultz. Gets it back again. Hamilton providing the screen, but there is Jimmy Howard to make the save off Matt Fraser. We have seen this before. Pavel Datsuk. Is it a stick or is it a wand? Oh.
We're in the game for your good times.
Mike Babcock has been with the Detroit Red Wings since 2005-2006, trying to get his troops going right now. Since then, the other teams in Detroit, the Pistons, Lions, and the Tigers, 14 other guys have coached those teams combined. That is pretty impressive work by Mike Babcock. Considering that time, 451 wins with the Detroit Red Wings, plus 64 playoff wins. That's tops in the NHL during that stretch, and the guy has not been a Jack Adams winner here. How is that possible?
520 wins in his career. Interesting comment. He said, since the trade deadline, they are 1-2. We add depth, we play worse. But they don't have Darren Helm.
They miss Helm, without a doubt.
Johan Franzen is also on the sideline with a concussion. Shot in front, backhand. Oh, putting it home. Riley Shan set up by Gus Nyquist. The Red Wings take the lead. It's 2-1.
The equalizer.
Where the Oilers got in trouble against Carolina was a forecheck. This particular one, good work by the Detroit Red Wings. They get in and they just continue to work, and behind the net, they get the job done. Sheahan gets back from behind the net, and it's a situation there for a young player like Jordan Oesterle. He comes back on the wrong side. He should come back with Riley Sheahan and not on the other side to follow the puck. If he comes back with Sheahan, then the stop is made, and no problems. But right there, actually, it's a nifty little pass, too, without a doubt, by Gus Nyquist. But on that one, for Jordan Oesterle, he's going to make some mistakes. He's a young guy. But if that, you think, come back closer to my man, eliminate him from getting a second chance.
Riley Sheahan gets his first goal in 7 games. It's his 11th on the season. Pokinen gets the other assist. Along with Gus Nyquist, 14:04, the time of the goal that has put the Red Wings on top for the first time in this game. Nyquist with his 24th assist. And for Timu Pokinen, his first NHL helper. 17-14, the shots on goal, so the Red Wings have tightened up defensively in this period. They've allowed just 3 shots from the Oilers. Klefbom looking to add to that total here, and he does with a shot right on, and Howard steers that aside. Abdelkader down the left side. Nice move on the inside against Ferentz. Drops it back for Zetterberg. He snaps a shot, and a blocker save by Scrivens. Cole keeps it in for Abdelkader. He is checked and taken off the puck there by Schultz. That allows Gordon to get it, but he lost it to Zetterberg. Zetterberg behind the net. Henrik Zetterberg has options. Kronwall came down low. The Red Wings want to make a change while they control the puck in the offensive zone. Thomas Jurko steps on the ice. Klefbom trying to get it out. Anderson ties it up there. Gordon trying to dig it free. It does come loose. Anderson. Miller fires a shot. Scrivens makes the save and hangs on. Riley Sheahan gets his 11th goal of the season. The Red Wings have a 2-1 lead here at the Joe.
Kind of what?
Welcome back. Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Classical Pasta Sauce. And it is somewhat of a homecoming for Todd Nelson, who played for the Grand Rapids Griffins, which is the American Hockey League affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings. Courtesy of Hockey DB, he played for them on, 4 different occasions, a total of 236 games, including the one that he played in the NHL. Just a reminder, he did play with the Washington Capitals. In fact, he was the first ever player signed by the Grand Rapids Griffins, and tonight he'd like his first ever win versus the Griffins.
Content, space, YouTube.
11 wins on his resume right now, Gene, is a
Unwatched tab.
solo benchmark. He is 11-15-4, but his team is trailing by a goal with 14 left to go in the second period. Fane throws it towards the net. Brendan Smith sent it into the corner. And takes a big hit from Rob Klinkhammer.
0% vertically.
Zidlichky. His pass intended for Miller is broken up. He'll get another opportunity. Zidlichky and Brendan Smith on the blue line. And here is Anderson snatching a shot that rises over top of the cage. Everton cut off by Miller. Both teams changing as Laurentian goes back into his own zone, takes a look, wraps it around the boards. Pouliot waiting for it on the other side. Benoit Pouliot stripped for the puck there by Pavel Datsyuk. Glendening in there to help along with Thomas Tatar. Datsyuk then gets knocked down. That's the way to take him up the puck.
Exactly.
Nugent Hopkins brings it across the line. Ryan Nugent Hopkins drop pass for Pouliot, broken up there by Tatar.
Almost too many men for the Edmonton Oilers on that play, too.
Schultz to Eberle. Eberle finds Klefbom. Klefbom, speed across the line. Shot. Howard steers that aside. Datsuk and Pouliot continue to go at it. Schultz finds Eberle. Jordan Eberle, end of the shift, cuts to the middle. Sneaky little shot that gets deflected and goes wide on the stick side of Jimmy Howard. Here's another stretch pass. This is Tatar coming for the net. Tatar stopped by Scrivens. They continue to try the stretch.
Surf your fave wave with the new Mastercraft X20. Let the Gen 2 surf system custom sculpt your perfect wave. Available at Martin Motorsports.
Again, an excellent job by the Detroit Red Wings getting out of the zone, stretching the zone, getting in behind the defense. Nice play by Oscar Klefbom, not to take a penalty and just force Tatar to get rid of that puck and allows Ben Scrivens just to stay with Tatar and not worry about maybe a secondary move. He can only go one way thanks to Oscar working hard to get back. But the Oilers have to make that adjustment. Get your head on a swivel, make sure you are above the play with those Detroit Red Wing forwards in front of you.
Anton Lander against Riley Sheahan. Sheahan wins the draw. Back to the Kaiser, through it deep. Polkinen. Sheahan. He's got Nyquist going for the front of the net. That combination worked to give the team the lead. Nyquist has the puck again. Gus Nyquist spinning to try and lose Fane. Nyquist right out in front. Sheahan between the legs. But instead, it's Anton Lander there. Remember Nyquist against Ottawa?
Yep.
Fraser fires a shot that Howard takes in the winged wheel and hangs on to. A little pushing and shoving. Hamilton involved along with Fraser.
A little too close to Jimmy there.
Cronwall grabbing Ryan Hamilton. Now that was the Kaiser who put the grip on him.
They love this, the Detroit Red Wings. They're going to make these nifty little passes back between the legs. Riley Sheahan, the reason they do that is because they understand and trust each other where they're supposed to be, where they're going to be. But right there, you saw the Edmonton Oilers absolutely outnumber and box everybody else. There's only white jerseys for Riley Sheahan's pass.
Sheahan came into the game without a point in his last 4 games. But his 11th goal of the year, the difference right now with 2:07 left to go in the period. Face-off won by Zetterberg. Cronwall sends it around the boards for Abdelkader. Chops it out against Osterley, but it touched one of the players on the Oilers bench.
Mike Babcock has been pushing his guys. We showed you Mike in the second period. He's been very vocal. Now he is an active coach behind the bench, but he's not much of a cheerleader. I mean, he's a guy who doesn't have to cheerlead, but he continues to push his guys, and this second period has been a very good one for the Detroit Red Wings.
36-17 and 11 on the season. 18 of their wins have come here at the Joe. Giveaway by Cronwall to Yakupov. Yakupov looking for Derek Roy, broken up, but Osterley keeps it in for Yakupov. Throws it to the middle, and there is Zetterberg. Henrik Zetterberg slowly out of his own zone. Kenny Purcell intercepted it. Abdelkader got it, but Henrik Zetterberg, the captain, was caught on the offside.
The other interesting thing when it comes to Mike Babcock is, let's remember, he's a free agent at the end of the year. A lot of talk has been around, what is Mike Babcock going to do? Is he going to stay in Detroit? How much money is it going to take? How many years is it going to take? Will the Toronto Maple Leafs want to go out and grab him? He's the best coach on the planet. And there's the general manager, Ken Holland. They agreed at the start of the year, if they don't get a new contract done, they weren't going to talk new contract until the end of the season. Didn't want it to be a distraction.
It won't be an acrimonious.
No, they're good friends.
Datsuk. As Scrivens tried to clear it. Finally, it is brought out by Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, a wrist shot. Howard got a piece of it. It goes straight up in the air, and Datsuk is there when it came down. Jimmy Howard, you would say an awkward rebound control.
It was, wasn't it? Pavel Datsuk was the only guy in the rink who saw where it was.
Jump ball. The Kaiser fires it up for Datsuk. And with less than a minute to go, Glendening. Tatar, he went up high with that one. It went off the glass and then off the netting. And Tatar mad at himself as he goes to the bench.
The thing about Pavel Datsuk, yes, he's brilliant offensively, but defensively, he's so responsible. Sees the puck, coming up, picking up the puck. Now he's going to work back hard, back checks. Shot's going to go up high. Datsuk tracks it. See, he's the only guy looking up in the air. He's the only guy looking up high. He's able to get it and get it out of harm's way.
The Tigers did that a little bit this afternoon as they defeated the Toronto Blue Jays in Grapefruit League action. 6-4 was the final in that game. That's when you know spring is right around the corner, eh? Talking a little baseball. 50 seconds left to go in the period. Brendan Smith fakes again and gives it to Zetterberg. Zidlichky right out in front. Zetterberg gets knocked down and a penalty coming up. The play continues. Abdelkader stopped by Scrivens. Zetterberg taking exception to Hendricks being knocked down. Now Klinkhammer comes in and takes down Brendan Smith. And all this with 31 seconds to go in the period.
Here's the entire shift for Rob Klinkhammer. Talk about getting physical, getting inside, and kind of bending the rules a little bit. First of all, he occupies Eric Cole with the hold of the stick. Now he's going to come back and drop Henrik Zetterberg to the ice. Zetterberg doesn't like it very much. He continues on, going to work back, try to finish another check, gets his man down again. That is a working man shift in the second infraction there that you saw. The knocking down of Henrik Zetterberg resulted in Rob being in the box for interference.
Third power play for the Detroit Red Wings. They connected 21 seconds into the period. It was Nicholas Kronwall. Kronwall has the puck again. Tatar with it now. Tatar. Nyquist has 12 power play goals. He is on the ice as well, along with Zetterberg. And this is Tatar. Tatar being watched by Marincin. Nyquist lays it back to the point. Kronwall steps into a slap shot as Zetterberg tried to get there, but Scrivens made the save and he'll hang on.
Ben Scrivens has been much busier this period. Almost 10 shots. I think he has faced 10 shots, as a matter of fact, 17 now for Detroit. Pavel Datsyuk one more time. I know that we show you a lot of it, but because he does things like that, that's a tough pass to make all the way across the ice. And just by making one middle step, he flips it all the way across the ice and makes the pass. That sets up the shot from Kronwall.
Datsyuk will take this draw against Boyd Gordon. Win it. Zetterberg turns, fires. Abdelkader in front, but so is Martin Marincin. Hendricks will send it down the ice. And just like the end of the first period, and the start of the second period, the Detroit Red Wings, David Edler, will have power play time to start the third. In fact, a minute 28. They lead by one.
Very true. Thank you so much, Kevin Quinn, Drew Remenda. We've got Kelly Chase.
First, happy birthday, Gordy. And tonight, though, it's Danny DeKeyser bobblehead night. Hey, wave if you like Danny DeKeyser. I guess she does like Danny DeKeyser, and so do the Detroit Red Wings. In fact, the Oilers liked him too, because when he was coming out of university, they were one of the teams that was in the final 3-5 and had a chance to get him to come to Edmonton. Pucks have been flying off his stick tonight. He's been flying as well, which is really nothing new for DeKeyser, because before the season began, he did a different type of flying. Took off with the U.S. Navy Blue Angels. It was a 40-minute flight, F-18 Hornet jet. Airplane can go 1,400 miles an hour. Said it was awesome, even though he did end up, getting sick, which reminds me, it's time to throw upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Rob Klinkhammer is in the penalty box. He's got a minute 28 left to serve on an interference minor. This is the third power play for the Detroit Red Wings, and a big kill for the Oilers right now. Fane and Marincin, along with Hendricks and Gordon up front. And Martin Marincin, 15 minutes and 4 seconds through 40 minutes. Zetterberg goes cross ice off the skate of Cole right to Scrivens, who gives it to Schultz, who sends it down the ice. Kronwall, he had the power play goal 21 seconds into the second period. It is Cole across the ice. Across the blue line, he's stopped by Teddy Purcell. Nugent Hopkins back the other way. Flips it in. He and Purcell go after it. Abdelkader gets there first, throws it to Zetterberg. Down to 45 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Nyquist takes his time behind the Red Wings net. Zidlichky gives it to Nyquist. Gathers some speed and gives it to Datsyuk. Across the blue line, drop pass for Tatar. Played it back to the point. Zidlicky wasn't ready for it. Here's Zidlicky. Sheehan, Nyquist, broken up by Gordon, finished off by Fay. Pavel Datsyuk, chance for one last rush. Datsyuk, Tatar can't get a shot away thanks to Mark Fane. The penalty is over. Klinkhammer's back on the ice. Zidlicky right in front for Tatar. And a good defensive play there by Mark Fane to break it up. Tatar, pass intercepted by Hendricks. The Kaiser is going to wait for the Red Wings to make a change. They dropped that 5-3 decision against Boston. It was only the second regulation. The first time they dropped 2 games in regulation all season. Miller with it now, centering the pass, went off Anderson and just wide. Miller from a sharp angle. Kyle Quincy throws it towards the net. Scrivens a save, another chance. Miller looking for it, and look at Scrivens down and sweeps it away.
So, partner, all happens because of the execution, or lack of execution, coming out of the zone by the Oilers.
Yurko gave it away to Pouliot, who gave it right to Nugent Hopkins. Snaps a shot blocker, saved by Jimmy Howard. Everly lost it to Quincy, who gets it to Yurko. Thomas Yurko, end of the shift, will backhand it in. 10-7, the shots on goal in favor of the Red Wings in that second period. Zetterberg on the steal. Buffwad coming back. Broke that pass up intended for Justin Abdelkader. Zetterberg battling with Ferentz. Purcell off the boards. Eric Cole couldn't keep it in. Yakupov with the steal. Yakupov. Purcell shot stopped by Howard. Cole, checked by Marincin. We talked about Martin Marincin playing that steady game, but here a line change may catch the Oilers as Zetterberg lets it go. Green got a stick in the way and went over top of the net. Zetterberg gets it at center, the end of his shift. Shot in by Fraser. Fraser with 5 shots through 40 minutes and 4 hits. Timo Pulkkinen. Pulkkinen hangs onto it. A hard pass for Sheehan. Off his stick. Lander will get it to Fraser. Fraser takes a look. And a nice pass to the captain. Ferentz winds and fires, and that one goes wide. Lander finds Ferentz. Ferentz in front for Schultz. Tipped, and Howard makes another big save.
Good activation by Justin Schultz.
Great play by Lander to keep it in. Anton Lander spins. Coming off the bench, tough bomb, steps into a slap shot, deflected by Hamilton, and Howard makes another big save. The Red Wings need to relieve the pressure they do. That was tipped down the ice, so no icing. Schultz leads the Oilers back. He drops it for Nugent Hopkins. Across the blue line, Nugent Hopkins is tripped up, a penalty coming, quick ball, let it go. Opportunity for Pouliot, but the Oilers will get the man advantage. Let's take a look at the scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
First period, it was Klinkhammer from Hendrickson Gordon, 14-7 the shots. It was a switch in the second period, though, as Grunwald gets one early on the power play, and Riley Sheehan with a nice play behind the net, and the penalty, and the shots went 10-7 the other way. Here's the penalty, tripping penalty. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins bringing the puck up, and now the Oilers have a chance to tie with Luke Glendening in the penalty box.
The Oilers 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Eric Roy, Benoit Pouliot, Ryan Hamilton, Neil Yakupov, and Justin Schultz as that puck ends up going down the tunnel.
It was a win by the Detroit Red Wings, and then a shot, and it went off of Joakim Anderson right down the tunnel, as you mentioned.
Eric Roy will step in against Pavel Datsyuk. Yakupov and Schultz are on the blue line. From the face-off, won by Datsyuk. Eriksson lost it to Pouliot. Pouliot comes to the near side for Yakupov. He'll backhand it down low for Hamilton. It gets by him. Pouliot back to the point. Schultz is there. Schultz to Yakupov. Hammers a one-time shot. Howard sees that go up and into the netting. Yakupov came into the game, Drew, with 141 shots, and we have seen him shoot the puck a lot more thanks to the guy playing in the middle.
One thing, too, we've seen, he's more active away from the puck, but also in practice, he goes back to working on that opportunity to shoot the puck. He's put more of an investment in his career.
Ocean sends it around the boards. There is Yakupov going after it, and Kaiser against Hamilton. Hamilton, one-handed centering pass for Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot back to the point it goes. Oshie gives it right back to Benoit Pouliot. This is Yakupov. Gets the puck to settle down, takes a look. Pass to Osterley, slap pass for Derek Roy. Derek Roy to Pouliot. Pouliot shot. Oh, what a glove save by Jimmy Howard. On a nice feed from Derek Roy, Benoit Pouliot in his first game back after missing the contest in Carolina.
Really good save by Jimmy Howard. He got aggressive and got across and tried to attack Benoit Pouliot as much as possible. Ryan Hamilton occupying space in front. Good little pass. On that one, it takes a little bit longer for Benoit Pouliot to get that off because that pass is going to come across his body because he's a left-handed shot. That allows Howard that extra split second to get across.
Face-off win back to Schultz at the point. Purcell to Eberle. Back to Purcell. Purcell to Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back up top here. Schultz hammering a shot that goes just wide. Eberle, great play to get it to Teddy Purcell. Teddy Purcell, he fires a shot that Howard makes the save on. Anton Lander was looking for the rebound in front.
You see from Jordan Eberle more. You see more of it, I should say, right now than earlier in the year. Is that this type of play where he's going to work real hard to get to this puck first. Gets in there, that little second effort. We're seeing more and more of that from Jordan Eberle. He's not cautious anymore. He's kind of got a recklessness about him where he's going to make that second play. He's going to try to make plays no matter what kind of the situation is on the ice.
He's got 6 points in his last 5 games, including 2 assists and a power play goal in that game against Carolina, his 10th multi-point game of the season. He brings it across the blue line. Drop pass for Nugent-Hopkins. Schultz will give it to Lander. Behind his back for Eberle. Purcell's out in front. Miller tips it. Schultz can't keep it in. Down to 20 seconds left to go in the penalty to Luke Glendening. Nugent-Hopkins drop pass for Teddy Purcell. Purcell will give it to Schultz. Schultz back to Purcell. Purcell to Eberle. Eberle winds, fires.
Stick snap.
His stick breaks as he lets it go. Nugent-Hopkins was right in the blue paint, but Jimmy Howard covers up.
It was a good-looking power play. Didn't score. Coaches will tell you, if we don't score on the power play, what we want to do is build momentum off of it and see if the Oilers can build momentum. Right there, stick snap. But it's enough of a change-up. It kind of throws off Jimmy Howard where there's almost a second opportunity. Stick's just going to snap right in his hands. You see if nothing gets on it, but it is that little bit of a change-up, and Howard has a tough time handling it, especially with Anton Lander in front. Now you're just digging away and trying to get an ugly one.
Fein shot stopped by Howard. Penalty is over. 5 shots for the Oilers on that power play. Zetterberg back the other way for Datsuk. Datsuk snaps a shot. Bad save by Scrivens.
Beautiful all around.
Henricks racing back with Klinkhammer. Rob Klinkhammer in the corner against Glendening. Klinkhammer, Henricks, and Gordon, the forward line. Smith. It's tied up there by Klinkhammer. Gets the puck to Datsuk. They'll find an opening. Zidlitsky down to Glendening. Luke Glendening snaps a shot. He's got a sticking away, and it goes up over top of the net. Zetterberg hangs on with Gordon watching him. Zetterberg, one hand on the stick. Turns in tight quarters. He's got Glendening out in front. Zetterberg controlling from behind the net. Henrik Zetterberg, jam shot, and a glove save by Ben Scrivens. 2-1 the score here at the Joe. Rogers, Oilers Hockey on Sports.
Welcome back. A reminder, shop at Safeway today. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for 2 to a Grand Bahia Prince Bay resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today, and you could be, yes, you two dancing away, could be our next lucky winners.
That's not Zetterberg.
No, but boy, this is Henrik Zetterberg. There's not many people in the National Hockey League that can protect the puck as well as he can. Guys can do it with their body, but he uses his body and his skating and his skill work. Very elusive. and then creates all that time. And probably that's the best idea. Instead of chasing that guy around, get everybody else away from him.
Oilers out shooting the Red Wings 9-2 in this period. They are out shooting the Red Wings right now 30-19. Well, they trail by 1 with 12:15 left to go in regulation time. Shan keeps it in. Hendricks, though, gets the puck back. Smith. To the middle it goes. This is Nyquist dishing off to Shan. Shan tied up there by Schultz. Roy in there as well. Nyquist works it back to Ben Smith at the point. Smith puts it behind the net. Picked up by Polkinen. Timo Polkinen. To Riley Shan. Smith sneaking down low. He'll retreat back. As the puck comes to Klinkhammer, he'll play it to an open wing and get it out. As that line wants to change. Litsky to Smith. Now to Zetterberg. Zetterberg goes cross ice. Out of the reach of Abdelkader. Ferentz though whiffed on it. Abdelkader. Quick shot by Cole. Just misses. Abdelkader. Back up top for Quincy. He'll give it to the Kaiser. Throws it towards the net. Deflected. And that one missed as well. Well, you make one mistake.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
Abdelkader with it now. Abdelkader to the middle it goes. Cole picks it up on the far side. Eric Cole spins from Roy, but went right into a check. Fends him off. And then Ferentz got it sticking away. The Kaiser shot. Handled by Scrivens. Rebound picked up by Justin Abdelkader. Back for Quincy. And that pass, going all the way down into Detroit's zone, allows the Oilers to get a change.
One mistake, and they spent 35, 40 seconds in their own zone.
Nugent Hopkins on the steal. Nugent Hopkins. Yakupov! Oh, he was in position A. Payne throws it towards the net. Blocker saved by Howard. Glendening starts away. Takes the hit there from Pouliot. Eberle trying to get away from Datsuk. Glendening on the turnover. He gets tied up by Marinchuk. But Datsuk has it stripped by Pouliot. Kept in by Eriksson. This is Glendening. Luke Glendening to the near side for Thomas Tatar. Tatar goes all the way to Datsuk. He missed it. Eriksson, though, gathers it up. As that puck gets deflected up in. Eriksson, though, gathers it up. As that puck gets deflected up into the net.
Scores! Patrick Maroon, the game winner!
Great chance for
Yakupov does not have a goal.
2-1 the score.
Goal against the Detroit Red Wings.
React to stuff like that, and he gets mad.
The Oilers will
goal scorer react to stuff like that, and he gets mad.
Neil Yakupov does not have a goal in his last 6 games.
He's on a roll there, and now he's.
Neil Yakupov does not have a goal in his last 6 games.
He's on a roll there, and now he's cooled down again.
Also looking for his first career goal against the Detroit Red Wings.
With the assists.
Schultz. Hamilton. Under 10 minutes left to go in regulation time. Luke Glendening.
2-1 lead. Patrick Maroon.
Datsuk waiting for the far side.
5 goals.
Anton Lander, the job of trying to slow him down. Lander is checked by Glendening. Fends him off. And gets the puck right up the middle for Hamilton. He was checked by Smith, who went down. Schultz to Lander. Tatar right there in his face. Datsuk back the other way. Pavel Datsuk waits. Hangs onto it, backhand towards the front of the net, and a shot by Polkinen finds the cage. Right up the middle for Lander is checked by Glendening. Fends him off. And gets the puck right up the middle for Hamilton. He was checked by Smith, who went down. Schultz to Lander. Tatar right there in his face. Datsuk back the other way. Up the middle for Hamilton. He was checked by Smith, who went down. Schultz to Lander. Tatar right there in his face. Datsuk back the other way.
He fires it just any time. Makes the pass.
Opens the game for Detroit. Back his face. At the third. And the Red Wings here. He leads
the puck. He just he'll overskate. And I said it was Andrew Ferentz. I'm sorry, it was just a heck of a shot. It got on him.
Down Teddy Purcell. A tripping call will give the Oilers a power play when we come back on Sportsnet.
2002.
Tonight it's outstanding plays, outstanding results, outstanding agents, outstanding results.
0%
I'm a hockey geek. Okay? I'm a nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff. Just watching Pavel Datsyuk and his brilliance one-on-one, being able to make a little move like that. Then watching Henrik Zetterberg with that high skill level, turning back, evading some plays, evading a check, and then being able to make plays. Outstanding play, outstanding results. Two outstanding future Hall of Famers in Pavel Datsyuk and Henrik Zetterberg. Can we come up, Jonathan Ericsson?
65 ball game.
Third power play for the Oilers with 8:42 left to go in regulation time. Glendening and Miller causing headaches for the Oilers as they try and get started. Eberle back into his own zone. He'll give it to Schultz. Justin Schultz with Lander, Nugent Hopkins, Purcell, and Eberle. Smith off the skate of Nugent Hopkins, but back the other way. Anderson, short-handed, one hand on the stick, got the shot away. Scrivens made the save. Anderson and Shura up front now with the Kaiser and Kyle Quincy. Lander leads the rush for Edmonton. Across the blue line. Now he'll send it around the boards. Shan cuts it off as it was intended for Eberle. Nugent Hopkins on the far side. Short pass to Teddy Purcell. Works it all the way back. Toward Osterley. Sees it hop over his stick. Not what you want to do in your hometown. Nope. Your home state.
Didn't have much to do. They just kind of bounced over it. A little rough around the edges here with JLA.
Here is Hamilton against Glendening. Hamilton, Derek Roy, Dale Yakupov, Benoit Pouliot, along with Osterley. Hamilton lays it back to Osterley. Another penalty coming up. Osterley fires a long shot deflected wide. Yakupov's got it, wants a touch and gets it. 22 seconds left to go in the penalty to Jonathan Ericsson, and Danny DeKeyser will join him in the penalty box.
This is a cross-check on Danny DeKeyser. Right behind the net, right there. You're going to see it. Just is Derek Roy not one but two shots. Usually the ref, which Paul Dvorsky did here, lets him get away with one. The second one he was going to call, and now you've got a timeout because it's a critical moment in the hockey game.
Oilers with 3 power play goals in their last 3 games coming into this contest are going to have 22 seconds of 5-on-3 time. With 7:10 left to go in regulation time as they try and snap an 8-game losing streak here at the Joe. The Oilers looking for their first win on this trip. They will be in Pittsburgh on Thursday and then into Columbus on Friday for another set of back-to-backs. The Oilers won 5-2 in the second half of back-to-back games. Boyd Gordon will line up for the draw along with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Eberle. Oilers will go home against Justin Schultz and Anton Lander. It is Glendening with Miller and Cronwall from the faceoff. Back to Schultz at the point. Schultz will give it to Lander. Lander to Schultz. Schultz quickly down low for Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins back to Schultz. Schultz. Nugent-Hopkins. His shot stopped by Jimmy Howard. Back to Lander. Lander, cross ice, firing it is Schultz. Looking for the rebound and putting it just wide. Boyd Gordon, one penalty is over. Ericsson's back on the ice, still 5-on-4. Schultz. His shot goes wide. Nugent-Hopkins battles the puck back to Anton Lander. Ericsson sweeps it down the ice and gets a big hand here from the folks at Joe Louis Arena. Schultz to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins, quick little move. Brendan Smith, though, gets control of the puck, and he will send it down the ice for the second time. Schultz, with a minute of power play time remaining, will give it to Nugent-Hopkins quickly to Teddy Purcell. Looked it in, but went off Riley Sheahan, and then was brought in offside.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has been impressive in this game. He really has been good, defensively and offensively with the puck. He's been very good. On this opportunity, gets the puck pops up high on him, He just knocks it down, follows it, gets inside. Great opportunity. Again, it's like Pavel Datsyuk following the puck. Got a keen eye for where it is. Good players just absolutely know where the puck is going at all times.
Roy Purcell and Yakupov, along with Pouliot and Osterley. And the second half of this power play with Danny DeKeyser in the penalty box. There's Roy. Dishes off for Yakupov. Yakupov snaps the shot. Howard the glove save. And he'll hang on to it as Glenn Denning hammers Derek Roy to the ice. And Nail Yakupov taking exception along with Purcell and Pouliot. And now Pouliot pushing with Cronwall.
0%
with Danny DeKeyser in the penalty box. Derek Roy dishes off for Yakupov. Yakupov snaps the shot. Howard the glove save. And he'll hang. Helmet of Cronwall comes off.
Early in the year, the Edmonton Oilers, and a couple other times throughout the year, the Edmonton Oilers were criticized for a lack of response when someone took liberties with a teammate. On this particular play, it goes to the net. Whistle going, cross-check in the back. We didn't see that part, but you hear the crowd nail Yakupov right away. He's going to help out his centerman, Derek Roy, who comes in late, also coming over. Here it is, coming up. You're going to see it. Down he goes, and then that's it. Nail Yakupov is right after the offending wing.
37 seconds left to go in the power play. Yakupov, Purcell, and Roy will stay out there with Pouliot and Schultz. Anderson against Roy, and Roy wins that draw, but he chases Schultz back into his own zone. 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Just over 5.5 minutes in regulation time. Schultz gets to the blue line, gets the puck in, Riley Sheehan gets it away from him. Pounded by Roy. Good play by Yakupov to keep that puck loose, but it's fired down the ice by Eriksson. Danny Purcell takes a look at the clock as Schultz gathers it up for one last rush.
Edmonton Oilers vs. Detroit Red Wings. Banner Bennett.
Slips it in, but he gave it right to Zidnitsky. And here is Zetterberg one-on-one against Klefbom. Zetterberg couldn't get the shot away. Solid play by Klefbom.
8-6.
Penalty is over. Teams at even strength. There's 5 minutes left to go in regulation time. The Oilers trail by 2.
Edmonton Oilers vs. Detroit Red Wings. Banner Bennett.
Shovels it in for Cole. Eric Cole.
Zetterberg. Short. Shorts
will give us a goal. He's got Applicator in front,
search
but broken up.
fighting level 3. Edmonton Oilers vs. Pittsburgh Penguins. November 8th by Schwartz or netting 6,630.
Knocks that puck down. Hard pass went off the skate of
0% vertically scored.
Smith back into his own zone. Fraser's hot on his.
Crosby faces Connor McDavid.
0%.
Short side, and then McDavid tried to come in front, and he got cut off. Siri went into there. Pouliot trying to clear. For Everly, and he shoots here for Shearer. The Sheeran turns on the Jets again, and they score. Maroon goes to the net. McDavid.
Zidnitsky lays it around the board.
0% vertically scored.
By him right to Anton Lander. Bouncing puck comes right down for Eric Cole, moving in with Applegate. Cole trying to make a move on Fane, and look at Fane.
Yep, he's been very good tonight, hasn't he?
He and Andrew Ference paired right now. As Boyd Gordon, Rob Klinkhammer, and Matt Hendricks join the fray. This is Klinkhammer, throws it towards the net. Howard makes the save, and he'll hang on. Rogers Oilers hockey, right here on Sportsnet. The play of the game is brought to you by Rogers. Live like never before.
And on our play of the game, Riley Sheehan. He's going to, right now, it looks like it could be the game winner. He comes back, works back to the front of the net. Good job on the forecheck. Good support. Get it towards the net and then work back to the net. First guy in, you can't just stand there after you've accomplished turning the puck over. You got to work back to the front of the net, scoring position. Riley Sheehan does it. That is the second goal of the game, and right now, 3-1 lead for the Oilers. Stands up as the GWG.
It's his 11th goal of the year. We've got under 4 minutes left in regulation time. Klinkhammer and Hendricks behind the net. It comes right out in front, and it's picked up there by Datsyuk. He will feed Glendening. Luke Glendening. Back to Datsuk. Can he put it just wide? Left bomb around the boards. Cut off there by Zidlichki. Schultz. Datsuk. Touch pass for Tatar. Thomas Tatar behind the net. Tatar. He and Datsuk play give and go. Tatar still has it down low. Datsuk shot stopped by Scrivens. Rebound into the corner. Glendening plays it back to Smith. Smith gets it low. Glendening behind the net. Thomas Tatar. He's got Datsuk out in front. A bouncing puck. Datsuk and Clefbaum, and a battle for it, and Clefbaum wins that round. Hendricks needs to get a change. He gets that puck to center. The Red Wings shoot it right back in. Under 2-3 minutes to go now. We'll keep our eye on Ben Scrivens with the Oilers down by 2. Jordan Everly. Oscar Clefbaum. Pass for Benoit Pouliot. Pouliot for Everly. Everly. Down the boards it goes. Marincin waiting for it on the far side. Eriksson to Zetterberg. Knocked down by Pouliot. Lander plays it back to Marincin. Throws it towards the net. Didn't get through. Zetterberg blocked it. This is Mark Fane. A wrist shot. Up high. A save by Howard. And that puck goes out of play.
Council Pavel Datsuk. Chance.
And Leonard
Clear it. Play off the
4. And keep it in again. Drew Miller can't do it. Schultz. Nugent Hopkins. Everly. Yakupov. Purcell and Lander. Teddy Purcell fires it in. Everly will be the first to get to it in the corner. Back to the point for Yakupov. Yakupov to Schultz. Back to Yakupov. Hammers a shot and he scores. Yakupov. Yakupov to Schultz. Back to Yakupov. Hammers a shot and he... Hopkins, Everly, Yakupov, Purcell, and Lander. Teddy Purcell fires it in. Everly will be the first to end. Schultz, Nugent Hopkins, Everly, Yakupov, Schultz, Nugent.
Get the puck back up front traffic. It comes
with 1:55 on the bench. Had to take it back on Jordan Everly. With 48 points on the season. Ben Scrivens still in the cage. As Osterley gets it deep, Scrivens will now get to the bench. 6 attackers out there for the Oilers. 1:33 on the clock. They're down by 1. Osterley back in his own zone. He's got Abdelkader watching.
2-1 Bones.
Nail Yakupov gathers it up. Short pass off the boards back to himself. Here comes Yakupov. Delivers to Schultz. Schultz in deep. Right out in front it comes. Picked off by Abdelkader. And he's got an empty net. Works it across the line. Riley Sheahan puts it towards the net, but Lander is there to break it up. And now Abdelkader scores. Towards the net, but Lander is there. An empty net. Works it across the line. Riley Sheahan. And he's got an empty net. Works it across the line. Riley Sheahan chucks it towards the net, but Lander is there to break it up. And now Abdelkader scores.
Against the Hawks, they
Straight. And the second half draw, but he chases it. Howard makes the save and he'll hang on. Rogers, Oilers. Watkins.
This is Mark Fane. 2 hours, 5 minutes.
A delay of game.
2 hours. 2 hours, 6. 2 hours, 8. 2 hours, 8 minutes. 2 hours, 8. 2 hours, not pause keyboard.
because what happens? You put it back.
0%.
Taylor scores.
Be okay instead.
This is team a 2-goal cushion. January. Nugent Hopkins chips it in. Hamilton going after it against Zetterberg. It comes to Datsuk. He takes a shot at the open net and puts it home. There can't be 3 goals of the season. To Datsuk. He takes a shot at the open net. And Hopkins chips it in. Left to go. Now in Hopkins. 6-2.
Puck over and get it down the ice again.
40. Now the Detroit Red Wings. Edmonton Oilers. And the Detroit Red Wings will snap a two-game And the Detroit Red Wings will snap a two-game losing streak by handing the Edmonton Oilers their third straight loss on the road. The final ended their third straight loss victory
against the Detroit Red Wings.
Their third straight loss.
The game winner.
By Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Scotiabank, you're richer than you think. And by the Rexall family of pharmacies.
Let's take a look at our three-star selection brought to you by Molson Canadian, diehard fan and proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Last time Yakupov got a really nice goal on that power play late in the game, make it close, and he had 6 shots on net. He was trying to rock and roll and get the Oilers into this game. Pavel Datsyuk was absolutely brilliant tonight on so many different levels. He had a goal and an assist, and he was +2. And Jimmy Howard faced 38 shots. He stopped 36. He was our #1 star.
The Edmonton Oilers come into Detroit knowing they hadn't won here since December 3rd, 2009. And the Red Wings snap a 2-game losing streak with a 5-2 victory. Sportsnet Central is next. It's Ken Anaboka. Take it away.
YouTube video player group. 0% vertically scroll.
This